Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Smith going to go to the air first play. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 64 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw, and they're going to get 2 more. He's got it. So that didn't take long. Quickly, 8-zip. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. In motion, Aguilar. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now Geno. Flushed out right. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. Buying time to his left. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll try and run it here. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Oh, what a move. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's Jackson to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Again, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Flush to his right. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Jackson now.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Inside handoff, Henry. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens have got it back to within a score.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Smith on 1st down. Flushed out right.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And they can't bring him down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought...
He's got a man, complete. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Flush to his right. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 2-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they've gotten 2 for 2.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Across midfield.
And finally brought down at the 38. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before break. Smith escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. 47 yards.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Jackson. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They snap it to Smith. Steps away. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They'll try the air now with Smith.
He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the
taking it right down Broadway. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 41 yards.
And the Ravens have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. And this will be caught as they convert here for two. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Devin Witherspoon.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. After the interception, here's Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked.
Touchdown! Mark Andrews with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Ravens have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Now here's a throw that's complete.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 1st and 10, Smith. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
That is a big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Charbonnet will score. Touchdown, Seattle. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Geno's going to throw. Flush to his right. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the 4th. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And just shutting him off there.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Complete at the 1. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. Here's 1st and 10.
Geno now to throw. He shakes him off. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Smith.
He'll buy some time right.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Smith to throw. Gets this to Fant. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. Here's 2nd down and 3. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Smith. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
He finds Smith and Jigba. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it. Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game